people are on Facebook in America. Everything I share goes to my sites on Facebook, Google, Yahoo, and more worldwide. I am on a site that measures influences there, and I am among the higher numbers because I tell the truth. This is all for my people and my nation. I'm serving right now. We're all supposed to serve sometime in our lives. I'm serving right now. I'm currently headed to my 63rd birthday, and know far more than most about our nation, and I've seen far more than most, and I've done far more than most because I loved life. I loved all the opportunities I had, and I want to make sure our children have those opportunities. You see, America, my father loved history, art, and so much more. My beloved father was among the few truly great American patriots in this nation, and that you can take to the bank. A friend of mine who friended me, an elderly gentleman, checked my dad out, and he said, "Your dad was quite the man." Yeah, he was. My dad was an amazing human being. Amazing. He was a numismaticist, a coin expert, okay? His collection was worth $56 million, and I was supposed to divide that among 12 people. I couldn't even get all the coins in a 6-foot safe, and I didn't have a chance to rent a bank vault. Um, as you know, my father was a war hero of World War II, and my brother was a Marine. My mother was a country singer in the 30s and 40s, and I'm a musician, and all my keyboards, guitars, everything's gone. Mic stands. I've been playing music since I was 8 years old, folks. I'm Perry Como's cousin, okay? When my father passed away, when he was killed, there were services in 5 states. This is fact. Absolute fact, okay? My father was loved by so many people in this country. Sure, most of them were family, but we had a big family. And every time there was a wedding, guess who cooked for that wedding? Guess who would take a trip back there to Ohio, where I grew up till 9 years old, to cook for all the weddings? My dad. You see, I take after my dad. My dad was a chef, and I didn't even need chef school. I already knew how to cook, okay? Anyway, there were services in 5 states, and my dad was killed when he was 80 years old. He was forced to drink a fifth of whiskey, and his heart pills were taken. I came home from work that day at Teleperformance USA, where I was a supervisor, and I couldn't return to work. My dad was having a major stroke brought on by the fifth of whiskey they forced him to drink and taking his heart pills. I saw them leaving his house in a faded yellow Camaro. If the Yakima Police Department had done their job, they would have investigated. They'd have found out many people where I worked knew all about Mr. Enterkin and his involvement and what he did. Even my federal attorney had an investigator check it, and they found out I told them the truth about what Mr. Enterkin did. Set me up on a gun charge. There's federal people that know what happened to me. No one will do anything. No one. My dad trained 3 boxers for the 1960 Olympics. Those are my gloves right there. Those are my gloves. I boxed as a young man. Well, actually a boy. My dad was a lifetime member of Golden Gloves. He boxed since he was a teen. My dad was also in an episode of Route 66. He played a boxer's trainer. I saw it. That was my dad. And folks, when I was 3 or 4 years old, Betty White took me out of my mother's arms and held me and said, "This is the cutest baby I've ever seen." Well, I don't know. I mean, I was a cute kid. I had naturally curly hair, you know. And I still love Betty White to this day. uh, my family, my dad is descended from royalty of Italy. Como, Italy. Perry Como, like I said, is my cousin. My family gave up all of that long ago to come here and become Americans, and every one of them has served this nation. Every one of them. All my uncles. Even one of my aunts was a nurse in the Air Force or Navy. I can't remember, but I was so proud of her. My Aunt Antoinette. And my Aunt Antoinette is named after my great-great-great-grandmother, Antoinette Como of Italy. Yeah, I'm kind of proud. I pretty much begged for help, and I'm done asking. There's a castle on the shores of Lake Como with a dock and an entrance opening into the castle that wraps around a mountain. That belongs to my family, folks. That's who I am. I'm your American Eagle, and I'm a samurai, and I love what I do. And I will fight to the death. I use 2 swords at a time. I throw 4 stars with each hand. Between me and my son, we have 16 swords. Our war horses were stolen. $200 million, 14 cars, my dragon bike. They tried to kill me in that 68 RT. You wouldn't believe what's gone. I was a cowboy too, okay? So I had some nice clothes, hats, boots, jeans, buckles. I was a businessman. I had Armani suits, you know. All my motorcycle leathers are gone. I even had sterling silver dragons on my chaps and a dragon in the front seat of my rice burner. It's a badass rice burner, I'll tell you what. Here's how it looks, folks. If I can't get a lawyer to help my family, if I can't get any law enforcement to help my family, there's no longer any option. I'm going to have to give my life at 63 years old for my family. I may go to prison, but I'm going to arrest those people. If I have to, I'll get family involved. You know, the family. But I have some special friends. And I want to be able to count on them, but I can't count on anyone but myself. And you know what I'm talking about. I will take a team of specialists to Yakima, Washington, even if I must use family connections. But I want them arrested. I want to be involved in it. I want to arrest them. I'm going to arrest the police that are involved who refuse to do their duties. I'm going to arrest judges, prosecutors, anyone involved in the crimes and the failure of the police to do their duties, the negligence, the denial of all of our rights. The crimes committed by the criminals and the authorities need to be called to task. Justice must be dealt proper. Justice is the first established ethic of the United States Constitution. It is our ethic, it is our law. All of our laws are being violated. Constitutional laws, Bill of Rights laws, and more. They're trying to disarm us, America. This is just the first step about registering guns and stuff. That's why it's all started. Obama's betraying us all. You better wake up. You better wake up, America. Or you're going to end in concentration camps or dead. Your kids will be raped and pillaged and stoned to death. Your little girls will be made sex slaves. We got terrorists in our nation. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty upset about all this. I care about all of you. I don't even hardly sleep at night because I'm so concerned about all my people. All my people, I love you all. I grew up in a time where I'm from the love generation, okay? I'm from a time when I had long hair. God, down to almost to my belt. Long, curly Italian hair. I played rock music most of my life, and I love it. I still love it. I'll play rock, country, it doesn't matter to me. I love music. Like I said, my mom was a country singer in the 30s and 40s, and Perry Como's my cousin. My brother also played music. So did my mom. Her gear's gone too. And my mom, 30s and 40s, we're talking gear like that. Equal rights for all, special privilege for none. That's America.